Hello. Today let us learn Katherine Mansfield's The Doll's House. The Doll's House, written by Katherine Mansfield. So, in this short story, he discusses three elements. They are child, psychology, class distinction, and making fun of the society. This story begins with the Bernard's family, where Mrs. Hay had stayed with them and went back to town and had sent the children a doll's house. Doll's house was a beautiful doll's house. The children are Isabel, she is eldest, Lottie, middle one, and Kejia, younger one. They were very happy to receive this gift from Mrs. A, which was carried into the courtyard by Pat, who is the servant working in Bernal's family. The doll's house was advised to be kept in the courtyard because of the paint's smell that came from the doll's house. The doll's house was painted with dark, oily spinach green, picked out with a bright yellow. Its two solid little chimneys, glued onto the roof, were painted red and white, and the door, gleaming with yellow varnish, was little slab of toffee. Four windows, real windows, were divided into panes by broad streaks of green. It also contains a drawing room, a dining room, a kitchen, and two bedrooms. All the rooms were papered, and pictures on the walls were painted with gold frames, whereas the red carpet covered all the floors except the kitchen. The beds were covered with real bedclothes, a cradle, a stove, a dresser with tiny plates, and a big jug. But what amazed Kezia was the lamp. It stood in the middle of the dining room table, a little lamp with a white globe, and it was even filled all ready for lighting through. Of course, we couldn't light it. It looked some kind of oil was inside the lamp when we shook it. The Burnell children were so elated and they wanted to tell the news to everyone. Isabel was bossy and she said that only she has got the right to choose the friends whom she would like to invite to look at the doll's house. Through the Calvi's family, the author highlights the class distinction. The Calvis were left out because they were the daughters of a washerwoman and a jailbird. They were shunned by everybody. Even teachers had a special voice for them and a special smile for the other children. They were the daughters of the hard-working little washerwoman. The children are Lil, she is the elder, and Els, younger. Lil was a stout, plain child, and she came to school in a dress made out of tablecloth, whereas Els was dressed up in white, rather like a night gown, and a pair of little boy's boots. Both of them looked very strange. Els, a very silent girl, and when she wanted something, she uses to give Lil a little tug of to her skirt. They never fail to understand each other. As there were no other school for miles, the rich Burnells had to send their children to the same school where the poor Kelvy's children studies. It was a mixed school where the judge's little girls and the milkman's children were forced to study together. But the children still looked down upon children from the poor families like Kelvy's and kept them at a distance. Later that evening, Isabel chose Emmy, Cole, and Legan Logan to see the doll's house first. The other girls would also have their chance. Only the little Kelvys were not invited as they belonged to a poor family. Kejia, so the kind-hearted girl, the Berners girl's mother never allows her daughters to mix along with the Kelvys. As days passed, more children saw the doll's house, and the fame of it spread. All the other girls used to make fun of the Kelvy's girls since her mother was a washerwoman and her father was a jailbird. But Kejia was the only one who took pity on the Kelvys and invited them to have a look at the doll's house. Kejia saw the Kelvy's children near her and she invited them and showed the doll's house. When they were looking at the doll's house, Aunt Beryl, who saw it, scolded Kejia for allowing the Kelvys. She shooed the Kelvys out as if they were chickens. Later, Kelvys sat at the big red drain pipe by the side of the road looking at the thick fences and Logan's cows. Hells came up close to her sister and said, I have seen the little lamb. And the silence prevailed once more. So the story ends here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe Communication Skills for everyone.